Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar Discover MFT Gateway, your simplified AS2 solution. On behalf of the MFT Gateway team and AI Technologies, thank you for taking time out and being here today. Just to give a quick overview of our company, we are a software company mainly focused on developing modern business. We are a software product company which is focused on developing modern business communication software. And we currently have three main products under our portfolio, which MFT Gateway, EDI Generator, and AS2 Gateway. So today's webinar is about MFT Gateway, which is a modern software solution for AS2 connectivity among few other protocols. So to introduce the presenters of today's webinar, I am Udit Gunaratne, I'm the CTO of AI Technologies. And here with me is Lahiru Anand, who is an associate software architect, and he is also the product manager of the MFT Gateway. So let's first see what is the agenda for today's webinar. In today's webinar, we have divided into two main parts. In the first part of the webinar, we will be discussing the AS2 protocol in general. So here in this section of the webinar, we will be discussing what is the AS2 protocol, what are the basic requirements someone needs to have to provide AS2 connectivity, and how AS2 protocol works under the hood, and what are the key features of the AS2 protocol. Second part of the webinar, we will be having a demonstration on MFT Gateway, where we will be showing you how to set up AS2 connectivity with a trading partner and how to send and receive AS2 messages over the AS2 protocol. Also, we will be showing you some other important features of the MFT Gateway, which can be useful if you are going to automate your AS2 message flows. Finally, we are going to wrap up the webinar with a short Q&A session to answer any questions you may have regarding the MFT Gateway or AS2 protocol in general. So if you have any questions on your mind, please feel free to ask them using the Q&A section available on this webinar application. Let's move into the first section of the webinar, AS2 protocol. So what is this AS2 protocol? The word AS2 is an abbreviation which stands for Applicability Statement 2. An applicability statement is a set of recommendations on how to use existing standards to achieve reliable and secure message exchange over the internet. So in AS2 protocol's case, it is built on top of standards such as HTTP, HTTPS, MIME, and SMIME. Similarly, there are a few other AS protocols as well, such as AS1, AS3, and AS4. These protocols are built up on top of different standards, such as File Transfer Protocol, FTP, SFTP, and email. Among all these AS protocols, AS2 protocol has become the most widely used and most popular protocol at the current moment. There are reasons for that. One of the main reasons is that AS2 protocol provides strong security and reliability guarantees, such as data security, authentication, and non-repudiation. We will be covering these features in detail at a later section as well. Because of this, it is widely used across many business domains in the world, such as retail, pharmaceuticals, and supply chain management. One of the important things about AS2 protocol is it can be used to transfer any type of file, such as text files, binary files, audios, images, and also videos. Also, the size of these files can range from few kilobytes to several hundred gigabytes as well. For example, if we take the retail domains case, retail domain companies mainly use AS2 protocol to exchange messages called EDI files. These files are generally textual in nature and in average few hundred kilobytes in size. But if you take the pharmaceutical domain, they use AS2 protocol to exchange information about different medicines, drug trials, which contains large XML files, PDFs, images, and sometimes videos as well. So because of that, these AS2 messages can go even up to few hundred gigabytes. But the beauty of the AS2 protocol is it can cater for both these extremes and anything in between as well. Let's assume you need to set up AS2 connectivity with one of your business partners. So for that, what are the basic requirements you need to have in order to do that? First of all, you need to have an AS2 software, such as MFT Gateway, it can process AS2 messages and compose AS2 messages. Then you need to have an AS2 identifier representing you. This is a textual identifier, which can be your company name or your business unit name. which identifies you on your partner systems. Then you need to have an AS2 URL, which is basically an HTTP or HTTPS URL to which your partners can send their AS2 messages. Generally, the AS2 software you will be using will provide this endpoint or this URL for you. Finally, you need to have an asymmetric public-private key pair, which will be used for the encryption and signing operations of the AS2 protocol. In most of the cases, people use the same key pair for these both operations, but it is possible to use two separate key pairs as well. Also, in 99% of the cases, this public key or the public certificate of this key pair can be self-signed. But in some rare cases, your partner may ask you to provide a CA sign key pair, CA sign certificate. In that case, you need to adhere to that. So once you have all these parameters configured on your AS2 software, you need to share this information with your trading partner or the business partner. Similarly, they will share their own information with you as well. One of the important things to notice here is that you will be only sharing the public part of the key pair, the public certificate of the key pair, with any partner or any external party. The private key of the key pair should be kept securely under your control. Once both parties exchange their information with each other, each party needs to configure other party's information on their AS2 software for the AS2 protocol to work. So now let's see how this AS2 protocol works under the hood using these parameters we discussed. For that, I'm going to use this diagram, which shows the full life cycle of a single AS2 message. The left side of the diagram shows what are the AS2 processing steps done by the sending partner of the AS2 message. The right side of the diagram shows what are the AS2 processing steps done by the partner who has received this AS2 message. So first of all, the sending partner will have a file or a file content. They need to share our AS2 protocol to the receiving partner. As the first step, they will calculate a digest of this file using an algorithm such as SHA-1 or SHA-256 or MD5. And this digest is called MIC or the message integrity check in the AS2 protocol. Once this value was calculated, the sending partner will store this value on their system in a database or some other storage mechanism for future use. Secondly, they will sign this message with their own private key. An algorithm such as SHA-1 with RSA or SHA-256 with RSA can be used to do this or add this signature. Finally, they will encrypt this message payload using the recipient's public key. An algorithm such as 3DES or AES128, AES256 can be used as the encryption algorithm here. Once these processing steps are done, the sender will send this message over an HTTP channel to the receiver's AS2 system. When they are sending this message, they will include certain HTTP headers mandated by the AS2 protocol, which are generally called as AS2 headers. These AS2 headers will contain important information for the receiver to successfully process this message. For example, these headers will contain the AS2 identifier of the sending party, AS2 identifier of the intended receiver, a unique message ID for this file, and some other details about the algorithms used for the encryption, signing, and MIC calculation. Also, some parameters related to MDN signing. So once this message was received with these headers on the receiver system, the receiver can first use these headers to do some primary validations on their side. For example, they can check the sender's AS2 ID and verify that the sender is someone or some party they know. Also, they can check the receiver's AS2 ID and see whether this message was actually intended for them. Also, they can also check the message identifier and see whether this is a completely new message or a duplicate of a message they have already processed. Once these primary validations are done and passed, the receiver will try to decrypt the message payload using their own private key. Then if that was successful, they will get the signature from the message and try to verify it using the sender's public key, which they exchanged earlier during the AS2 setup. Then they will also calculate the digest of the decrypted file using the same algorithm used by the sender in the first step. This is also called the MIC. And finally, they will create something called MDN, message disposition notification, which will have this MIC value included. This MDN is kind of like a signed receipt to acknowledge the sender that I have received this message at this time with this ID, and this is my processing state. So then this MDN will be sent back to the sending party. And once the sending party receives this MDN, they will first persist it on their systems as a proof of successful delivery. Then they will extract the MIC from that MDN and compare that MIC with their own value they calculated on the first step to see whether these MIC values matches with each other. Once that step is done, the life cycle of the AS2 message gets completed. Because of these various steps done through the AS2 life cycle, AS2 protocol has been able to provide some of very important key features which are crucial in secure message exchange. We are going to now discuss 4 of those features, which are message integrity, authentication, message security, and non-repudiation. So the first feature we are going to discuss is message integrity. Message integrity is ensuring that the source message or the source file was not altered or corrupted during either the AS2 processing or the transmission. In AS2 protocol, this is guaranteed using the MIC or the message integrity check we saw earlier. So basically, the receiver and the sender will independently calculate this file digest of the sent and received files using the same algorithm on their respective ends. Finally, these two values will be compared with each other. And if those two values matches, it is assurance that the sent file was received intact to the receiver's end. The second feature we are going to discuss is authentication. Authentication is ensuring that the sender of a file or a particular message is actually whom they claim to be. In AS2 protocol, this is achieved using digital signatures. As we saw earlier, the sender will sign the message with their own private key. Since no one else outside the sender's party doesn't have this public private key, no one else can add the same signature to a message. So once receiver receives this message and decrypt it, they can verify this signature using the sender's public key, which they shared during the initial AS2 connectivity setup. So if this public key can verify this signature, it is assurance that this message was actually originated from this actual sender. The third feature we are going to discuss is message security. Message security is ensuring that only the intended receiver can access the file or the message content. In AS2 protocol, this is achieved using payload encryption. The sender of the message will, before sending it over the public internet, they will encrypt this message content with the receiver's public key. The thing is, if we encrypt a payload content with a certain public key, only the corresponding private key of that key pair can decrypt that content. So since this corresponding private key of the receiver will only available for the receiver, only they can decrypt this message payload and read it. Even in case someone else received this message, either by a mistake or by some illegal means, they cannot still read the actual message content because they don't have this private key with them. Fourth and last feature we are going to discuss is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is ensuring that the receiver cannot falsely deny the receiving of a message. For example, if we take an email, you can send an email to a certain party, but if they didn't acknowledge it or reply to it, you don't have any idea whether they have actually received the email or not. So if that person comes back a few days later and claims that they haven't actually received the email, you don't have a way to verify that claim. But in AS2 protocol, there's a way to verify this or post this acknowledgement. It's called MDN, or the message disposition notification. So when receiver received a certain AS2 message and process it on their system, they will send back a signed receipt acknowledging that I have received this message with this unique message ID, and this is my processing state to the sender. So the sender will keep this or store this MDN as proof of delivery on their system. So if the receiver come back later and claim that this message was not received, sender currently have a proof to verify that this was actually received and processed by the receiver system. In some cases, MTN can be used as a legally valid proof as well. I now believe that you have a fair understanding about the AS2 protocol, how it works, what is the steps related to AS2 protocol processing, and what are the key features of the AS2 protocol. So now it's a good time to move to the second part of this webinar. Yeah, I will show you how to use MFT Gateway to set up AS2 connectivity with a trading partner in practice, and how to send and receive AS2 messages. Over to you.
Okay, good morning all. I'm Lahiru Kaushalya. I'm the product manager of MFT Gateway. So in today demo session, I will show you how we can set up AS2 communication, basic AS2 communication in MFT Gateway. So once you log into your account, you will be navigate to the message dashboard where you can see the message exchange information that you have already done. So in here, in the left navigation pane of the MFT Gateway inside, you can see there are a couple of options. So in our current demo session, I will be only considering the three main parts. So those are messages view and the station view, and lastly the partners view. So once we start configuring our AS2 send flow, the first thing we have to do is configuring a station for ourselves. So once you log into the MFT Gateway account, you can go to the station section, and once you go here, you can see all the station you have created as inside this view. So of course, currently we don't have any stations, so let's start creating a new station. So you can create a new station by creating this button in the top right corner, or you can create from the here as well. So once you go to the station create view, you will see UI something like this. So in here, the first thing is you need to configure is a name for your S2 station. So the name is purely a representation of a human readable form of the S2 station. So this can be anything. This one is have nothing to do with the AS2 protocol. It's just a representation for the human. So you can choose anything. So under the after configuring the name, you need to configure AS2 identifier for your station. So this AS2 identifier is what represent your station in the AS2 world. So this should be a valid and unique identifier for you representing your station. So once you select a identifier your station, MFT Gateway will automatically validate that AS2 identifier and will check whether that AS2 identifier is available. So I will type the AS2 identifier as MFTG prod, and that one actually we have the identifier is available. If the identifier is not available within the system, you will see a error message saying that AS2 identifier is already taken. In that case, you have to pick a different name for your as your AS2 identifier. So once you complete that step, the third one is specifying an email address for your station. This email address will be used in the headers of the AS2 message, as well as sending notification for yourself. So the notification types you can pick from here. Under the advanced option, you can enable email notifications for incoming messages, message and failures, and other stuff as incomplete message and MDN failures. We will go through that information later. So for now, let's give an email address and move forward. So once you complete those three main information, the next step is configuring a asymmetric key value pair for your station, as Udit mentions. So when you're going to configure key value pair, MFT Gateway will provide you three main options. The first one is generating a new self-signed certificate for your station. This is the most widely used method. So as Udis previously mentioned in the AS2 protocol, you don't need to have a CA signed certificate. You can use self-signed certificate for the AS2 level communication. So you can use this option to create a new self-signed certificate for your station. And the second one is if you have already created you have already existing key pair which you like to use, you can import that existing key value pair using a key value key store format. So in that case, you can upload the key store from here and use the key store password alias for the your private key and private key password. Once you fill those information, you can choose this option to generate attach that existing key value pair for your station. And the third one option is you can choose already uploaded certificate to the MFT gateway from this MFT gateway certificate store. So currently we don't have any key pairs uploaded to the system. So let's go to the sales sign option and attach a key value pair for our station. So in here, these fields are purely for the certificate point of view. Those are nothing to do with the AS2 level. So the only mandatory fields are from the MFT gateway perspective is command name and the certificate password. So in this case, I will only fill those information, but you can fill those additional information as well. Those data will be available inside your certificate. So in here, I let the password for the certificate and let's create the station. So once you create your S2 station, you can use this manage station view to make any changes to the station as well. You can choose change the notification options, or in case if you require, you can change the existing station certificate as well. In this case, you have two other options. You can upload the CA sign if you in any case you require the CA sign certificate for your station. If your partner required has in request from you to use a CA sign certificate instead of a self sign one, you can choose this option to upload the CA sign certificate chain as well. Or if your already existing certificate is expiring, you can use this renew self sign option to renew your station certificate as well. So when we go to the configuring the AS2 flow is the next important thing is once you create your station, you need to send those information about your AS2 station to your trading partner. So that case, MFT Gateway provide a separate view called partner configuration view. So once you go there, you can see the summary of the important details regarding this station in one view. So these are the information that you need to share with your trading partner in order to configure them to your station information in their end to complete the AS2 configuration form. So in here you can see the trading station name and AS2 identifier attached to the station and the URLs which MFT Gateway will use to receive messages from the your trading partner. So you need to share those details with your trading partner. And this is the certificate that will MFT Gateway will use in the SSL level. So these are the SSL certificates, and this is the certificate that attached to this trading S2 station. So from this partner certificate download option, you can download the public key part of this certificate. So you need, once when you exchanging certificates, you need you need to share this published certificate part with your trading partner. So you can either you can generate a summary with this information and attach the certificate and share it with your trading partner, or MFT Gateway will provide you a convenient option to send those all information in one email. So once you can type the your intended trading partner's email here, and you can share the all information using via email using this option. So let's say once you share this information, your trading partner will configure a partner from their end representing your station. So to demonstrate that part, I will use AS2 Gateway, which is another AS2 protocols product provided by the IO Technologies. So to represent that partner configuration part in your trading partner end, I will use that S2 product S2 gateway software. So in the real life, this part will be carried out by your trading partner, and you don't need to perform this one. So to set up the complete S2 test flow, I will go through this step as well. So let's complete that one. So once your trading partner configured your information in on their end, the next step of the configuration flow is configuring your trading partner's S2 information in your end. So for that one, I have already created the station in the S2 gateway. This is your trading partner's station entity. So likewise, we shared our information to them. They will be share their AS2 station information with you based on any medium such as email or any way. So for the demo purpose, I will go to the partner configuration in AS2 gateway and get those information. So this you can assume this is the information that your trading partner shared with you. So once you receive that information, the next step is setting up the partner for your S2 trading partner inside the MFT gateway. So as in the S2 stations, you can go to the partners from this left sub menu. It is right under the station view. So once you go to the partners view, you can go to the new S2 partner. As in the station view, you can choose a name for your trading partner. So in this case, it is better to represent choose a name representing your trading partner's business name or something like that, so you can easily recognize your trading partner. And for the S2 identifier, you need to use the S2 identifier that shared by your with you. And this will be the S2 URL which your trading partner accept the messages. So you need to specify that one in the URL section. All those information will be shared by your trading partner with you, and based on those information you need to fill this information. So in here this is the S2 certificate attached to this station. This certificate will be also shared with you by your trading partner. You need to upload that station certificate from the encryption certificate uploader. So this certificate will be used to encrypt the messages when sending messages to a trading partner. So once you fill those information, you can choose to create the trading partner. Okay. Once you create those partner information, you can, as in the AS2 station view, you can go to the manage partner view and change any thing you configured for the trading partner. So I'll briefly go to the advanced section. In here, you can choose the whether you need to encrypt messages when sending messages. You need to uh, if you need to encrypt, you can change that decision from here. You can choose not to encrypt or not to sign as well. But in the AS2 protocol, those are two essential features. So we recommend you to always use encryption and signature. And in here, you can choose which algorithms to use to encryption and message signing as well. And the next one is this MDN section. As Sudhir mentioned in the previously, this is the notification sent by your trading partner indicating what is the state of the message you sent. This will contain that information, whether they received, what is the outcome of the message processing from their end. So also in here, likewise in the encryption and signature, you can choose not to request MDN as well, but it is recommended to in the AS2 protocol to always request a MDN, so you can validate the message delivery status and whether your trading partner received the message. So in here, you can request partner to sign the MDN using their private key as well. Also, you can choose how you would like to receive the MDN as well. So you can request asynchronous MDN. So in that case, your partner will accept the message and terminate the connection. And in a separate connection, they will send you the MDN back. Or the default behavior is requesting synchronous MDN. In that case, partner will process the message, and in the HTTP response, they will send you the MDN as well. So once you configure these are the uh, basic configuration of a station and partner. Once you complete these steps, the next thing is sending and receiving messages and verify the message AS2 setup flow is working as we expected. So once you go to this message sub view, you can see we will message view something like this one. So in here you will have a inbox, outbox, send messages, and a queued section, and two other views stating incomplete and failed. So once you compose and send message from the MFT gateway, first it will go to this queued status, and it will be queued for sending. Once MFT gateway process and send queued message based on the response received from your trading partner, it can go to the either sent incomplete or failed status. So if the message is successfully sent to a trading partner, and they receive the message and they acknowledge successful response within the timeout period, that messages will be considered as successfully sent messages and will be shown in this send messages view. If the message is sent to a trading partner and they accepted the message, but they didn't respond back within the allowed timeout, those type of messages will be marked as incomplete, because from the MFT gateway perspective, we cannot exactly say whether that message was successfully received processed from the your trading partner, or whether they failed to process because they didn't respond back. So in that case, those messages will be displayed in the incomplete status. and you will need to be decide what to do with those kind of messages. And if the messages is send messages fail to deliver to a trading partner, those type of messages will be displayed in fail view. So as in the MFT Gate AS2 protocol, MFT Gateway allow you to automatically retry such failed messages. So MFT Gateway currently allow you to automatically retry messages up to 10 times based on exponential increasing timeout period. So if your trading partner is currently offline, MFT Gateway will keep retrying to deliver the message to a trading partner up to 10 retries. So this is the message compose view, compose button. So once you click this compose button, and it will navigate you to the message compose view. In here, from these two drop downs, you can choose the what which partner you intend to send the messages. If you have multiple partners, you can select from this drop down. And the second one is AS2 station. This is what station you are sending the message. So once you fill these two drop downs, you can select a subject for this AS2 message. This one will be included in the AS2 headers, and your trading partner can see this subject. And the next one is uploading the actual content. So you can upload your content from using this uploader, and the final step is sending the message. So let's try to send the message and see if our configuration is working as expected. So once you send the message, it will normally go to the queue state. If the message load is high, in this case, it directly go to the send state. So let's go to the send list and see what is the state. So the in here you can see the what is the which who is the AS2 partner with this message is intent to recipient, and the message subject and MDN status and the send time. Those are the basic information you can see from this list view. So you can see the detailed information of the message by clicking this subject message subject. Once you click the subject, you will go to a message detail view, and in here you can see the more in detail information about this message. So in here you can see the encryption sign status. This colored encryption sign means the message is encrypted and signed, and the compression is not used, that is not compressed one. And the actual as you remember the as you remember Udit explained about the messaging integrity check MIC. So in this case the MIC we calculated, and the MIC they sent in the MDN were matched, and in the you can see that MIC match status as green in this message. So in case if anything goes wrong, you will see a red flag in here stating that MIC is not matched. And in here, this is the delivery status of the message. In this case, message is received to your partner successfully, and the MDN signature was also verified successfully. So, and from here you can download the actual message payload and the raw message. This is the raw content of the message which will be received and which we send to your trading partner in AS2 protocol with the encryption and signature part, and the transport HTTP level transport headers you can see from here, and also the actual MDN received from the trading partner. You can see the human readable form of the MDN from here, and you can download the raw MDN as well. If your message contain multiple attachments, you can download one by one from here. It will display as a list in here. You can download one by one, or you can download it as a zip from here. So those are the details from the message view. So, and we have successfully verified the message outbound flow. Now we can check whether we can receive messages successfully by sending message from the AS2 gateway view from AS2 gateway end. So let's try that as well. As you can see from the AS2 gateway end, we can see the message was sent successfully. So let's navigate to the MFT gateway and see whether we received that message successfully. Now we have one new message, and as you can see, we have received that message. We can go to the message detail view and see what are the details of the message received. So this is the actually basic steps we have to perform to set up the basic AS2 flow by creating station, partner, and sending messages. So once you complete these steps and verify you can receive and send messages successfully, AS2 flow configuration part is done and it is completed. So now I'm going through some other features provided by MFT Gateway to automate this message send flow. So if you are a large corporation and you have a couple of thousand of messages to send each day, you cannot go through this message view one by one and send messages. So in such cases, MFT Gateway offer some integration methods to automate this flow. So the first one provided by MFT Gateway is native AWS S3 integration. So when you register with the MFT Gateway will create a AWS S3 bucket, dedicated AS2 S3 bucket for yourself. So all the content you are exchanging and receiving through the AS2 protocol, the actual message payload will be stored inside your dedicated S3 bucket. So you can use this S3 integration to directly access that your S3 bucket, your S3 bucket using the AWS S3 CLI or any other API operations or CLI commands. So what you have to do is just click this enable S3 integration button, and MFT Gateway will generate the access keys for the AWS, and you can download these access keys and set up the AWS S3 CLI or AWS SDK using these access keys. So once you complete those S3 CLI, you can use these S3 commands to process your actual content using those integration methods. So you can use this AS2 send directory. You can upload your content to this specified directories using automations, and MFT Gateway will have a listener to these directories, and when you upload the file, MFT Gateway will pick that file and create a AS2 message on behalf of you and send it to your trading partner. So that is the AWS S3 integration. MFT Gateway also provide the traditional SFTP based automation options as well. So instead of S3 CLI or AWS SDK, you can use SFTP client to connect to the your dedicated S3 bucket as well. So to enable SFTP integration, you can choose the SFTP username, and MFT Gateway can create SFTP key pair for you, or you can use if you have existing key pair, you can use that key pair to enable SFTP integration as well. Once you enable the SFTP integration, as in the S3 integration, you can use the file structure will be the same one. You can use the SFTP client instead of S3 CLI to connect to your S3 bucket. So these two integrations are provided by the MFT Gateway. You can use to manipulate the actual content you received from your partner and automate that flow. So other than that, MFT Gateway also have a webhook notification feature. So in this one, you can enable webhook notification for your stations as well. So from the webhook integration view, you can choose any station and webhook endpoint and enable the webhook integration. Once you enable this webhook integration, MFT Gateway will send you when you receive a message, when message delivery failed. In such likewise in such events, MFT Gateway will send the metadata of that message to this webhook URL you specified, and you can, based on the webhook notification you receive, you can choose to one of these integration methods to actually manipulate the content you receive. So that is the usage of the webhook integrations, and those are the three main integration methods provided by the MFT Gateway. Also, we have EDI generator integration as well. If you ever need to manipulate your content over EDI, MFT Gateway our technologies also offered another service called EDI generator, which can be integrated with the MFT Gateway natively. So once you receive the EDI content via AS2 protocol, you can use this EDI generator to process the EDI content as well. So those are the main parts I hope to cover in this demo session. So I think we can, if you have any questions or anything you need to clarify, you can we can start the Q&A session now.
That brings us to the close of the main content we are going to cover in this webinar. There are a few questions asked by the attendees, so let's go into some of these questions and try to answer them. The first question is, you have mentioned several steps that are executed throughout the S2 life cycle. Are all these mandatory? I think Lahru briefly answered this while he is demonstrating the partner configuration. So the short answer is no. So basically, all these steps are not mandatory. Even that your partner and you are in agreement, you can omit some of these steps. But there's a downside for that. As we saw earlier, the AS2 protocol provides different features on top of these various steps. So if you choose to omit any of these steps, the feature associated with that step will also not be available for you. For example, if both parties agree, the sender can choose not to include his signature on the message. Then the receiver doesn't have to verify the signature as well. But in that case, there's no way for the receiver to verify the authenticity of the message because there's no signature. The second question is it safe to share the AS2 details of a partner through email? Yes, actually it is, because as I mentioned earlier, we are sharing only the non-private or non-sensitive information with the partners. For example, we don't share any private keys with the partners. So these information we shared over email are not critical or security sensible. So because of that, even if they are compromised by some means, there's no risk of having a downside for that. So it is very safe to, and it is the widely used method of sharing partner information is email. The third question is, what will happen if the receiver's AS2 URL was not functioning when an AS2 message was sent? So since AS2 message was delivered over HTTP protocol, this is a very common scenario in the AS2 world. So the receiver system can be unavailable due to many reasons, such as they will be in maintenance mode, or they will be having a network issues. So in such a case, according to AS2 protocol, the sender is supposed to retry this message delivery to a reasonable number of times. For example, in the MFT Gateway itself will automatically retry such messages up to 5 times with an exponential backoff. Even after that, the user is capable of manually retrying these messages if they need to. The next question is, typically how long does it take to establish an AS2 connectivity with a real AS2 partner? So in real world, that depends on the team or the partner's systems. For example, you need to share your information with them and they need to share their information with you. So sometimes this can take days, or sometimes it can happen within a day. So if everything went well, the AS2 connection can be set up with and verified within few days. But in some cases, with some partners, it can take up to a couple of weeks as well. So it really depends on your partner and partner's team. Someone asked, is it possible for my coworkers to access the same MFT Gateway account? Yes, definitely. So when you create an MFT Gateway account, or if you have an MFT Gateway account, you can add any number of other users to your MFT Gateway account. For example, you can add your team members from your company. In addition to that, you can also set a certain level of role to that each user. For example, you can set admin role to some of these users and read-only role to some of these users based on their based on your requirement. So with these roles, you can control the access level for any available data and operations. The final question we have is, are we having the recorded version? Yes. So once we have completed this webinar, we will be reaching out to you through an email. So we will be sharing the recorded version. May not be immediately, but after some time we will be sharing the recorded version as well. I think that is all the questions we have for now. So I hope you have got some valuable insight through this webinar regarding the AS2 protocol and MFT Gateway. So if you have any more questions, you can reach out to us at support@mftgateway.com email. So we are happy to answer any questions you have. So again, thank you for joining this webinar, spending your valuable time. And we will meet you in our next webinar soon. Have a nice day.